Well, let's jump into it. So this is the Social Octane wrap-up show. We have Mr. Matt Hill joining us with Night Fire.
Thanks for having me.
Madison Lemberg, Social Octane. And then, who are you again, gentlemen?
You're going to have to ask my mom about that. I don't remember.
John McLaughlin with Momentum Fluids and our kind of DJ Johnny Mac on the road tour with us. It seems like we're on like a rock concert road tour here.
But I haven't picked up any roadies.
No, not yet. They're coming. I'm telling you. Yeah, they've been calling us. Hey,
Give it time.
Who's the big guy?
You may have picked up some road rashes.
You mean, I like how you put it though, but everybody's like, who's the fat guy?
Oh, yeah. No, you're looking good. You're looking good. Yeah, so the premise of the wrap-up show is just to kind of recap, rewind, and review. There's a lot that goes into an event that people don't see leading up to it, a lot of work, and then you got 4 hours of it's just chaos, right? So it's good to see people or talk with people that attended the event and kind of see the behind the scenes. You've known us for a while, so
Yeah.
it's right from the Oklahoma days when we're on the road tour with.
I think one of our first events you guys had, you pulled it off in Oklahoma.
Yes, yeah.
You had Johnny Woods now with the country singing out there. We had it at Turnco.
Yeah, Turnco Yard.
Great turnout.
It was crazy.
It rained that day.
It was insane.
bit.
Yeah, that was an
We
insane
just
day.
got the RV wrapped, and it's not supposed to rain when you wrap it in RV, but we pulled it up, half wrapped.
Yeah. Was it that morning? We were
It was
trying to
that
get the
morning,
drone,
yeah.
and oh my, it was
Yeah.
insane.
But Oklahoma rain is like a moist rain, so it really just
Oof.
envelops everything.
Is there any other kind of rain, Matt, besides moist rain?
Is there a dry
It
rain?
was a dry rain.
I just grew up on that.
No, but it was good. I just remember, you were just there. You got a lot of people there. I don't think it was
I've
Colby.
been following you guys a bit. I mean, honestly, our LinkedIn connection, right? I met you on the internet.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Internet friend.
But I followed you guys because of all of the support you were giving Oil and Gas in Colorado, and that really touched a lot of people very quickly. You could see your passion, and just that alone got me interested. And so when I saw you were coming to Oklahoma, I did my best to rally the troops behind you.
Yeah, you
You did a good job.
You were there.
Thank you.
Bringing out the pig, unraveling that.
That was all fun.
Right. Yeah, it was
He was
crazy.
probably like, what am I supporting? These guys came half wrapped.
But they got a pig, and I'm unwrapping.
That's really all. I mean, Social Octane sounded really cool. Actually, at the time, you guys were
We were Oil Connect, yeah. So that was when COVID hit. It
Yeah.
just kind of went, we're just trying to adapt or die kind of deal. And it seemed like every week something was thrown our way. And
Yeah.
literally after that, we were supposed to go to Texas, and then through Texas, and then come up through Colorado, then to North Dakota. But then COVID really spiked, and so we just turned around and drove right to North Dakota, and then come back down. Ended up in Texas, and that energy rally in Midlands made a decision to say, hey,
Let's move to Texas.
we gotta,
This is our place.
And now you guys live 5 minutes from me.
yeah.
We hang out all
Unfortunately,
the time
Do you,
in Texas.
can you hear him DJing at night in his own house at
yeah,
all
it
times?
doesn't stop.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
why
got
that's why they called the Mud Company Momentum.
Yeah, he definitely got the momentum.
It's got momentum.
Feel the vibe.
We keep it going.
Yes. But yeah, getting to so you guys weren't there at the Houston golf games.
No,
Um,
didn't need to be. You had that one wrapped up.
ooh, that was a rough one. I mean,
Fully wrapped.
It was
this
spring
time.
break.
It was spring break.
Look
There
into
was,
the local spring break.
Yeah,
If you
so-
ever do an event, you guys.
yeah, that's a big one. Is kind of having the runway to know what events are going on, or okay, there's a spring break.
Okay.
And that's a big deterrent because when we released the golf games, it literally everything was moving quickly. Like Canada sold out quickly. We thought Houston would be just gone because we did it last.
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day as well.
And then
Yeah.
so I think that's the only thing that kind of saved us because like it was kind of cool that it was on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, Houston doesn't do too much for St. Patty's. Denver, it's like,
Well, it depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
yeah.
Imagine if you're downtown.
I'm sure if you're DJing, you're.
Yeah, because I've been a part of a lot of St. Patrick's Day things.
Always ask Johnny Mac over there where the party's at. He'll know.
Where the party's at.
He texts me every Saturday. Party's over here.
That's every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Well, I was going to say, if I text you Saturday, it's like, don't forget tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at
Yeah, but it's
a
Sunday.
Bloom?
Bloom, yeah.
So you sold out the first golf games anyway?
Yeah, everything's been moving great. I mean, I think just the the grind we put in last year, the gauntlet, it's coming. All the hard work's coming to fruition. So, but yeah, the first one was tough. The biggest one was like the flags. I mean,
Yeah, shipping. So
shipping. Man,
we
it's
expedited we expedite everything. It should be there, 4 or 5 days before, and it's
When they're
There
talking
the
about
day
the
of.
flags, guys, when we got to, I got to Midland in the evening, and every single golf cart, part of the golf games, every cart got a flag,
Individual flags.
an individual flag for your sponsorship. That's cool.
it looks
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I
to
thought
take
that was
off.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked great.
It's a lot of work, but it was definitely, it's just kind of an idea that we have as a team, and
It
like,
just
we
sets
gotta
it,
do
and once again, one more idea you guys had that just kind of sets it apart from
The visual,
everybody else.
Then I would play like Eye of the Tiger as everybody's taking off, and it just like everybody's going to war, but they're like golf carts, so it's kind of innocent, but it's like kind of aggressive at the same time.
Well,
I have a great video.
we tallied it up. It was 109 flags that didn't come in. So like the day before, we're trying to go to FedEx, and we just honestly blew a bunch of money just to try to get some banners made. And
Well, keep the flags.
we're trying to.
Keep the
Well, I
flags.
know we're trying to makeshift the golf pin flag.
Sure.
Every one of them fell off. It was so. It was just in the background. We were all like dying, crying inside. Like we left that event. I was probably on just everything that was going on leading up to it. The worst feeling of an event I think we've ever.
Well, just branding's so big for any event that you do.
Social Octane is a huge brand now. Everybody knows the name now.
Well,
that's good.
you gotta brand others.
the hype is real.
The hype is real.
I've got the
Golf
tattoo to
game-
prove it. Right on my right butt cheek.
Golf games now, everybody use, please, when you're watching this, if this is the first time you've ever heard of Social Octane or the golf games, make sure you start using the hashtag golf games and tag Social Octane in everything you do. They will call you and tell you to stop tagging them eventually.
you're a maniac.
That did happen.
It's like I love this guy so much. But
Well, I forget when I tag you, and then as soon as anybody else starts
Oh.
following that, and then they comment, you see every single comment, which is great.
It's great, but
But you would have to have
holy-
a whole back end
And
office.
I'm
taking
like,
care of
how
it.
is
Is it you talking about
how is he
LinkedIn or
pulling this
what?
off?
LinkedIn.
Yeah,
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn.
he
Yeah.
tags like
It's not, so I have software that I can do all of my social media platforms all at once for whatever.
Right.
So like Wolffield Tailgate, well, I can have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok all on the same page and just be, getting all those done
Right.
at once.
But is it allowing you to tag on each one of those, or you got to go in individually?
I have to go in and fix
So,
them.
like, that's-
I can.
Because we know
I
how
can-
long it is to tag,
Yeah.
but I'm looking
I
at
know
his like
exactly.
his is
You
like
know what I'm talking
his is
about?
like 125 people always.
Yeah.
Tagging.
Not anymore.
Okay.
So depending on the platform, there's, some platforms will, the algorithm will dink you for that.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah.
Some of them don't. Some of them, like, hey, if you use more than 3 hashtags, right? The whole social media thing of our industry, we have to learn it for our industry. We all talk about education and
Well-
energy literacy. Well, if we're gonna utilize energy literacy, we're going to have to learn to use social media to get the word out about how good oil and gas is. So therefore, these platforms we're gonna use.
But you got to think of it. If you're in sales, you got to be a sales marketer. So
Yeah.
if you're not good on social media, then you got to get a team to help you out and digitize your story and your journey and all that, so that you can keep it going, because that becomes valuable assets.
What's crazy too is that Darth. Well, I've always DJ. I've been doing this since I was like 5 years old, right? And then when I got here to this company, Darcy was the first person to like, you're gonna DJ all these events. You're gonna start doing this, and like, because he understood the aspect of marketing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Of like branding, trying like, And now when I talk to other people, everybody's like, oh yeah, we didn't hear about Momentum before, but they know who we are
Yeah, it's
now,
powerful,
right?
yeah.
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 And it's kind of a subtle kind of sell, like with the events and the marketing that we're doing, we're trying to give as much exposure to people that are putting as much effort in. So like say the golf games, that's why I think the holes are so important.
Yep.
Because if you do a really good hole, you got a DJ going, or Transcon always comes with they're coming with a bartender.
Bass maker.
Bass maker
Oh my
was
God,
the
I love bass
karaoke hole. I mean,
makers.
that come out of
Karaoke
that
hole.
was one of the greatest. I was so worried about the karaoke hole on the first one, but we had Shelly and Ben.
We sent 2 volunteers over there.
Yeah.
Because
But
we were
they-
so
they
worried.
If
rocked it.
anybody
It's
is
crazy.
watching it, man, Bass Maker that makes these, and they're what does that say? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a briefcase,
It's a
that,
briefcase speaker system.
but it bombs, man.
And it's the
It's the
same
best.
combination on my luggage. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you.
Then you gotta hit it twice.
Both sides.
After I bought my base maker, he sent me a link. I mean, so the guy who makes them, is
Yeah,
also the one who
Matt.
ships them to you, Matt.
Or tie, sorry,
Tie.
tie.
Yeah, and he sent me a link to the best microphone for it, and it's wireless. So I
Mhm.
just plug in a little wireless deal here, and I can walk around the room with a wireless microphone.
One time, man, you got there in the evening, and we were putting up it probably took me and Ty 3 hours. I don't know to put all those poles on, and he
We were
doesn't.
out there till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to be there, right? And he's just
He
literally
went-
we're just
we had a great time.
chit-chat.
We all chit chat.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good, but he really helped us out tremendously.
And
Even
that helped.
even the whole you did as well.
I didn't have any place else to be.
Like I come here to hang out with you guys because I don't know anybody here.
I'm
He's
just-
so lonely.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sure.
just gonna.
Lacking friends, I'm sure.
So from outside looking in, first of all, if you think in your head that you wish you would have done something better, that's none of us outside looking in see that, right? Like we're there, we're enjoying the day. The golf tournament's great. Everybody had a great time, great turnout. But for you guys go over everything.
Right.
Over.
Midland, honestly, was probably our best tournament.
So
that-
smooth.
Yeah,
It was
and
flawless.
even with what was the course called? What was it?
Ranchland.
Ranchland Hills.
Ranchland. So those
Thank you,
guys,
those
yes,
guys, man. Ranchland's
crushed
a
it.
great course.
This is the fourth one we've done, and we've never had that much help. And now we understand. Well, okay, we get the higher recruit to get in there because it's so much work, and if we're stressed, we have to be ahead of it. So that we were so prepared for this one.
What was so last year in Houston, that was a blast.
Yeah.
I remember doing that, but
Unbelievable.
how many was that? What, your second one or
No, that was the first one.
That was the first
That
one,
was
right?
literally we've never
So
done
I-
a golf tournament.
when you were like, hey, what could we have done better? I remember talking to them afterwards. They were like, we needed more food on the course
Yeah.
because every hole was just drinking.
Yeah.
So so people were just like they were just two
that
sheets to the
and
wind
carts.
by the time. Yeah.
We didn't have enough carts, and it's
Yeah.
such a big course. so-
Yeah, so we actually have to rent 18 extra carts, we've realized.
Okay.
And even then, you could still rent more, but
Mhm.
you gotta 18 extra
I'm-
every single one.
Those little motorcycles are what you need to rent. Everybody should have one of those.
Well, the other thing that Social Octane does that I freaking love is they don't play anything safe. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, but and like literally, almost like it's
Safety.
not safe.
Well,
Like-
he said in his
So-
speech when he
so-
started, safety third.
Yeah,
Safety third.
safety third for sure. I don't even know if it's that high on the list.
I've been using that as a hashtag
Yeah.
now. Like even for night fire, like we probably are safety first, but
Well,
safety
yeah, I mean,
third.
you have to be. But
Yeah.
social octane,
Well, that's
safety third.
Yeah.
Safety third.
We've-
No, so they have like all of these
Networking is
edgy,
number one?
Experience.
Experience.
Yeah.
Number one.
Good experience and then fun. I mean,
Yeah.
networking just comes if you have experience.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
fun.
but they're not afraid to like push the envelope with like the games that they have out there, right? So
Yeah,
I
they're,
remember, but you're like, hey, you guys are doing the axe throw. And we're like, hell no. Like we put that at the end of we didn't want any of our guys like anywhere near it. But but then we went to the end of the hole. It was like, okay, it was a trailer.
It's in a cage.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
caged in. There's somebody supervising it. We're like, okay, because I just thought as soon as they told us that, I thought there was going to be a bucket with axes, right? And there would be like
Just
a couple
check
of little wood things set up with a target on it. People would just be throwing at trees,
Hold-
missing, and like
holding
people be
apples.
walking home with like axes in the side of their heads, stuff like that. Be like, I don't know what happened.
The ones that scare me is the crossbow and the bow, right? Because the crossbow had triggers. When we ordered that first crossbow and they come in, I'm like, oh boy, that's
We were
impressive.
originally going to play with that
Yeah,
crossbow
but
in the
I
boat,
mean,
and we were like,
This will
Yeah.
actually kill. I mean, actually, the little one will probably injure somebody.
Yeah.
It always reminds me of like Happy Gilmore, the guy sitting in the crowd, he's got a nail in his head. So somebody comes in, it's got a dart. stick it in
Because most
That's
people
Happy's
did not
jacket.
hit
the-
yeah, did not hit that deer or the tree. It was shooting way past the tree.
the
yeah.
the crossbow,
Crossbow.
because we didn't have all these events stuff, but we didn't have a battery for that the
Do you-
red dot. Because
Do you really think that red dot would have helped most?
oh,
of
it's
them?
insane.
Maybe.
The last one we didn't have it working, and then we got it working. I mean, dialed.
Wait, explain red dot.
So it's just the little whatever. What would you call it? It's your
It's
The site?
it's your
site.
It's
Yeah.
a red
Oh,
dot
okay,
site.
gotcha.
I'm not a big.
But they,
fan.
it's a red dot
John,
site, but
you've
they
gone
put it
duck
on your.
hunting.
I've been. He's played Sand Crane Hill hunting.
How was that experience?
Sand Hill Crane hunting. Sorry.
Obviously, he has not done that either.
No, I have done that, but it
It's a
doesn't.
video game
yeah,
doesn't count.
It was just it doesn't feel like it was a nightmare. Like,
He was in a
anyway,
cold
that's a
coffin
story
in the
for
ground.
another time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally thought I was going to be buried where I was.
So
trying
what
to-
was I guess what was you were DJing, so when you got to cruise around, what was your favorite
well-
point of the day?
Man, you guys really did such a good job. I love the games on every hole, or well, every other hole, right? It wasn't every hole. So,
Every
and
hole.
so you got smart and put one person designated per team to compete in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and that kept the course flowing all day. It didn't slow.
Yeah.
The golf games went according to pretty much regular golf speed.
Well, we learned a lesson.
That was a good
in
idea.
Houston. We tried to do a pay to play. Everybody get a shot. Well, now everybody wanted to, and it
Sure.
really it didn't work. So we had to go back to the
Well,
original.
it worked.
Well, then there was
The pay to play worked.
Yeah,
And
he-
it was your raffle, but
Right,
yeah.
the pocket bike and then the AR gun had like 6 teams sitting on the hole just wanting to play.
Yeah,
But they're working like in the whole goals to get each one of those holes. So say Night Fire, you guys have support a nonprofit that whatever
We do
your heart.
support nonprofits.
So you would say, hey, bring them out. They go on your hole. You guys run the hole, get the exposure, and then they're using that game to generate money for their nonprofit. So
Perfect.
as this is going, because these 2 golf games that we've generated close to 20 grand on between splitting up
Wow.
all those. So it's working the way we want to do
I
it.
thought we did pretty good, but we raised like $8,000. We held a golf
That's
tournament a couple years ago during COVID. We're the only golf tournament left that year, I think, and we raised about $8,000 for Woolfield Helping Hands, which you guys partnered
Yeah.
with. That's
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
No, it's really worked, and it doesn't. What we've learned too is like so the backswing golf. If you have somebody that knows how to work it and how to do their hustle, they get people kind of really opening up their.
And if you don't know
pocketbook.
what backswing golf is, it's beat the pro, basically.
Yeah, they got it's a really cool system. So they split half of the money they raise that goes to the nonprofit, and then they take it, pay their
That's
pro.
what we had a pro out there, but he was hitting 4 the golf. He was taking the tee shot.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah,
Same-
these
same
are
kind of
as
concept.
long as
but
like you take
long-
his
yeah.
drive or
Take his drive or your drive.
Yeah.
Or if you beat
You
them,
well, you'd pay them right to
you pay them, and then also
They
you
drive the
got
ball.
a shot at some prize, like a trip, I think, like that.
So what was your favorite game?
Oh man, I really like the little scooter. Just
The scooter or
because-
the motorbike?
what do you call it? It's a. I mean,
Little pocket bike.
Little
It's a
pocket
pocket
bike.
bike.
it's a Chinese Amazon race bike.
It
right?
looked like
Yeah,
it
it
was
really
ordered
was.
off a Wish.
Yes.
Right? It looked like it was a regular sized bike, and then you ordered off a Wish,
Yeah.
and then it came like this.
Yeah,
And I didn't want
I
to.
did keep it in my pocket.
In the Houston one, people got a little
Oh, it
squirrely
was
on
on a perfect hill, so they had a good runway, and that course didn't care if you were ripping and going, and so there was this hill.
and people were eating it bad. So I was like,
I
think one guy
I
maybe.
saw 2 people eat it.
So I didn't want to. I was super scared. It was the first time. I'm like, man.
And you guys are still in business.
No,
Yeah, we're still in
Congratulations.
business.
No, this time he brought out a helmet and safety glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, bike helmet.
That's
I just
all it
want you all
takes.
to know it's
No.
a Walmart bike helmet.
What I wanted to do because we were
It's not even DOT certified. It's like, meh.
we were coming to Denver, so I really wanted a picture of me and Madison, the Dumb and Dumber, and the pacemaker
Can you-
briefcase on the
Can
front.
you both fit on that?
Oh,
We
man.
can
Yeah,
make
thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Mike, I saw a picture of Mike and somebody else like on that.
Oh,
yeah.
it's Christian Gillis.
And it
yeah,
did look like a Dumb and Dumber
Yeah.
pic for
He
sure.
actually said, "Not LinkedIn friendly."
You don't post that.
Yeah.
So I know. So it looks like the 2 of you have a tremendous amount of work involved in these, and I know leading up to it, and I know like the day of once the gun goes off, you guys can enjoy yourselves and network a little bit, until the end of the day for the most part. But what do you guys think of to add to that? That you haven't already added.
I think just making it just even smoother. I mean, the registration's always a tough one. We're working on a software in the background right now and just working through the kinks of that. So I think once we have that dialed in, and then
Yeah.
Madison's
We're
really
our
good at.
own guinea pigs right now.
Yeah. So the process. So we've come a long ways with this. So I think it just keeps getting
There you
better.
go. If you know of a way to help them in their golf, I mean, by all means, this is great for our industry. Social Octane is a huge supporter of oil and gas, and help them out, like support them, sponsor them, but also give them ideas.
Yeah, no, and they do everything themselves, right? So
Yeah.
the videos are like, they did the video, they do everything like, and what's, we've got this event.
We talked about it. A lot of those are on your phone.
We
Yeah.
got this
Well-
opening day tomorrow, right? Like, which is really cool too. You click on the link and it has the countdown on it, right? From
Yeah.
like until until the time starts or whatever, and so it's hours, days,
Or-
whatever.
It's
all-
funny. Someone came
It's
up
so
to me
cool. I love it.
registration, and they were like, "Your countdown's off." I'm like, "What do you mean it's off?" And
By
they're
like an hour or
by
what?
like a few hours. Like, you didn't do it off kickoff time, did you? And I was like, "No, I don't even know. I don't know."
He was
Well-
like, "Would you start this in Florida?"
Yeah, we've had a tremendous help with some contractors on the background, so it's really helped that. I mean, the videos, usually we'll have a marketing team out there, Midnight, Aperture, Blackbird Aperture, and then Oilfield Photographer has been a good one. We'll have Apollo Media, they're out of Houston, they're coming up
Look at
today.
this Denver podcast studio. Whose
Yeah.
studio is this?
Man, I don't know the actual name. It's like
Rev?
I get it off Peerspace,
Yeah.
but it's so I don't really know.
It's
actually.
our studio. Right?
Yeah, it's,
That's
our
our-
studio.
actually this is Social Octane.
Social Octane Studio.
But-
We got orange lights.
Yeah.
I got-
But-
I got-
I know
here.
what. So Steven Knightson here, the owner and creator and founder of Night Fire,
The badass.
the badass. We are working on our CAFS unit. We could put fire foam in there.
Yep.
But I've talked him into letting me have one for the golf games in Oklahoma City. Please sign
It'd be
up.
cool if you guys had a
I'm gonna fill it.
Yeah,
I'm,
some
gonna,
wing net out there like.
I'm gonna fill it up with jungle juice.
It's a great idea.
Just saying.
Can we make a flamethrower and then the foam's coming up the flame?
So-
If they will allow fire, then that changes the level of the golf games exponentially.
Beavis and Butthead out there.
Fire!
They'll
I'll
probably
be
make
reading
safety
your
from 3 to
insurance
2.
policy. I'll be like,
Yeah.
they won't allow dunk tanks. Isn't that funny?
We're gonna have to.
Wait, we just did a dunk tank last year, so there was no dunk tank in the Midland games or what?
They will
Well-
cover firearms and they'll cover the crossbow, but they won't cover.
We used to
dunk
do
tanks.
just-
We'll reach out to Lloyd's of London.
We used to
They'll
do
cover Madonna's.
Per event insurance, right? Like that's what we do for these.
Yeah, right.
But it really doesn't cover the magnitude that we need to. So now dialed in and growing
Yeah,
businesses.
shout out to Poirier Group because I'm not gonna lie, they worked real hard to be able to get event insurance. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
that hard to get.
What's the
It's
risk
really
with the
hard.
dunk tank? Catching pneumonia? Because
Yeah,
no
we
one
had
wants
an
that or
incident
what?
once upon a time. And
Crossbow,
something
check.
found,
Motorbike, check.
Yeah.
Dunk tank, eh. So,
So fire is probably not.
Yeah, axe
Yeah.
throws.
You never
Yeah.
know.
The thing
You never
with
know.
you just can't call it a race.
Yeah.
It's just
No
it's a challenge.
Well, that's what the little motorbike was.
Yeah.
The challenge
It was a
was
challenge.
to jump on. That's why I loved it so much. Somebody hits it off the tee, and you have to race and hopefully
No challenge.
no challenge. Because first of all, if I was at the tee box, anybody could catch my ball. It's going to go straight up or backwards or go left or right. So they would have won anyway.
No, the challenge was not to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
So
But
by the end, it was intact. The throttle, I guess, locked up, but
The fun part was dinner. You were walking around dinner.
I like
and
turned this thing off.
Scraped knees
oh,
and,
it's so
like,
gnarly.
but no one cared. They had
Yeah.
so much fun. They were like,
everybody that I talked to before the games were so excited. There was people coming from all over the U.S. to join your golf games. No matter where you have it at, people are going to get there, right?
Yeah,
Wyoming.
one
Get
thing
people there.
one thing we really seen because we were both in sales and getting to these golf tournaments, it was those holes that were engaging or had some kind of challenge, right? So that's kind of how this all transpired. And then what we've seen is through golf and then an experience-based event, you can really get into a basin really quickly and you meet people, right? So that's the power of events we see is if you can do it really well, create an experience. We're not saying, hey, I'm gonna guarantee you business. What I'm gonna say is we're gonna work our asses off to provide an amazing experience that you guys will make the right connections with people
Sure.
and long-term friends, and it
Every
literally is like we're on
salesperson
a
needs
road
a
tour.
warm opening to my next customer. Every customer needs. Taken away from Midland and my meetings down there, everybody's experiencing pinch points in their services and equipment. They have operations for drilling, completion, production, whatever it might be. So everybody's hurting right now, looking for what they need at a reasonable price. And as a service provider, we're looking for those warm openings. So having games like this gives us that opportunity to have that.
It's kind of like the marketing piece, right? It's a slow kind of introduction. If you do it really well, it will take a little time, but it will come through. It's kind of the same thing. And we really lean into the full video production of it, try and get kind of the FOMO going, which
You're giving your sponsors exposure they wouldn't have had.
Yeah, it's just
There were
facial
sponsors there I didn't even know about
facial
before, and
recognition.
now
Start seeing them.
Keith and I got to go and do some interviews,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, big shout out to Keith. That's
Man, he's the best, isn't he?
yeah, Arc Energy. They come up, Mikey. They got in touch and we were so busy that we had a meeting set up, we missed it, and then I literally the Friday before that Tuesday, I called Keith. He's like, "Well, yeah, man, I'm down for it. Just I have no information." I'm like, "I apologize."
Keith doesn't, he's an engineer. You guys don't need information. You
"Oh,
show
no."
up and you get
No,
something.
he was regimented. He's like, I need this. I'm like, dude, this is just chill. You just have fun, make it fun. He's like, okay, well, that's easy. So
Well, one of the
that's
things
what
you
we did.
guys do is, for whatever reason, everybody stays after. And
Yeah.
they wait, 'cause it, like,
For
there's a lot
whatever
of
reason,
well,
they can't drive.
well, I'm just saying, it's, yeah, well, because the motorbike is broken.
Yeah.
But,
There's only
like,
so
everybody
many
just like
people
getting
that
rides
buy
home
it.
on that.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, but, like all these other golf tournaments I do, even it's like, oh, it's the 48th annual, even at the end, right? Like half the people are there, like to kind of like
Yeah.
hang out and wait for the thing. Everybody was there. Everybody was still hanging out and,
Well, that was
they kind of dialed in
They
and.
wanted their
They
prize.
won the
Yeah,
prize.
yeah.
Well, exactly. And
Which
it was
we got
awesome.
then.
And you guys,
Yeah, we did.
and you guys did a great job of that.
So-
And then,
Great prizes too,
and
by the way.
literally, like, the last year, like the Houston one,
Mhm.
right? We did the dunk tank thing. But after it was done, when I was like, oh, would you, I told everybody about it, and I was like, these guys have changed.
forever.
They've changed golf tournaments forever. The golf tournaments will never be the same. They have set the bar of like how golf tournaments should
So
should
for
be
anyone
done.
running a
And it
golf
was your
tournament-
first one,
Yeah.
and it
It
was
was.
freaking amazing. Yeah.
Anyone running a golf tournament, just know the raffle, the numbers, like we were just racking our brain. How do we make this different? We're so sick of calling out numbers. No one wants to stay around for it. They don't even know.
Mhm.
They're numbers. And so what we did was
I
we
hate
did our
numbers.
own system where you write down your name. And so when you're calling a person's name, they know that name.
Mhm.
Or if someone in the crowd is like
Right.
super close to that person, they will take that for them. So
Yeah.
And that was a big takeaway in Houston because we were like, oh, this is a failure. But when we were calling everybody's name, they were there. Like, when you're at something that's like Joe Schmo, it's like, okay, and you gotta pull another one. You keep
Yeah.
calling, but people were like just super
it
excited.
was done in like 15 minutes. It was glorious.
Mhm. Yeah, it's over. Everybody's
Yeah.
excited. We don't want to take this stuff home.
Yeah.
Please take the house. Let's get this out of here.
So our top sponsors for Houston, if you want to go over that.
Yeah, big shout outs to, without sponsors, the premium, we really kind of shifted, and a lot of the teams are now the big sponsors too. So it's hard to go through all of them, but we appreciate all that. And the whole sponsors
Yeah.
really make it happen. Without that, it's an event to an event. But with the premium sponsors, in Houston, Transcon, they've been a huge supporter of us right from the beginning.
We say Transcon. It's
Oh,
Transcontinental
sorry.
Energy
Yeah.
Services.
Yeah, we're so
Transcon.
tight now.
We're so
Transcon.
tight. It's on a it's on a
He's wearing
nickname
it.
basis.
He's wearing
right now.
wearing the T.
I
Transcontinental.
Transcontinental
I
Energy.
interviewed him
I
for my
better-
podcast.
yeah.
Great team.
I gotta
Awesome
get this
team.
out, otherwise
So they were
Chris is
the-
gonna be mad.
Momentum, let's go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the high octane sponsor was Transcontinental. We had Advanced Rupture Disc. They've actually bought out all the cigar sponsors, I think, through all the golf games. Panther Technologies, they were the pregame sponsor. And that was kind of a new thing we were doing. We got with Basemaker, so they had a cart with the Panther on there, and they're ripping around. And then they did the pregame. Basemaker was another one we're kind of trying to bring more lifestyle. That's kind of our lane. So Basemaker and Sugar Caddy, big shout out to them because they
Have
do
you
a
ever
good
heard
job.
of Your Mom Golf? That's a good one.
No, but man,
Your Mom Golf.
your daddy.
And they need to get on
West Texas, AES, another AES drilling fluids. They've been, your competition, but they've been a huge supporter of us, from the Gadsby, Justin Gauthier, and Adelaide.
They really do.
So they are the high octane sponsor in West Texas. Gladiator, another huge support. We have something good, going when we keep having the same people come back. So we need that trust and the trust in them too. So it's an amazing thing to see. Advanced Rupture Disc again for the cigar sponsor, and then Basemaker was rocking it again there. So ton more sponsors, a lot more shout outs.
Our new logo for the
Yeah, yeah.
Oilfield Golf Games
golf
is
game.
a Yeti, if you
Yeah.
recognize that.
Hopefully we can get the 3D Yeti printed. So the idea was a Yeti holding a Yeti cup was the trophy. So
How
it's the
big?
Yeti cup trinket. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, like full size.
It's expensive. It's
Yeah.
like $3,400 just to print off. So
Yeah, they
we
kept
would-
on looking like an ape. So
Wouldn't it be just
ripped it off.
cheaper to buy a Yeti costume and have somebody like him?
I would
dress it?
Maybe that actually may be
The
a good
only
idea.
way you are now
Like
going to
you're in the Yeti costume.
from now on, you're DJing in the Yeti
Actually, that's a
costume.
good
It's a
idea.
good idea.
That's
Not a
great
problem.
idea.
You're welcome.
And you just get a picture with the Yeti cups. at the end of the wrap up show, we just kind of want to do some fun. So it'll be as this kind of rolls out, we'll have different challenges. The goal was to get the Hot Ones whole kit and put it on there, but
I did Latinas. Is that I think that's a big enough challenge?
that's a hot one, yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
But so that we didn't get the
How
order in.
spicy is her sauce? None of you have any answers?
It's not. No, there's nothing here to even.
There
yeah.
you go. That's a good
Compete.
answer. That's the right
Maybe
answer,
this
sir.
is-
It's max.
So
Spice.
all we got is the bomb is the only really hot one. So if you see on the wheel, every second one's the bomb. So hopefully everybody gets the bomb. But who wants to go first? Come on.
Get out of there, Chewbacca.
Go
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if you can beat the Bronco.
Please,
Take
please,
the bomb.
please, please. The bomb!
Yes! Oh, you didn't want to do it so bad too.
No bomb.
Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, I go.
That's
Yeah,
the,
Like
that's
you're
the-
not doing anything.
That's the
Oh, yeah,
hardest
So
one.
what happens now? I put on the chip.
Yeah,
or I
you
just
gotta
fucking
put it on a
drink it?
chip, put a healthy amount on that chip, show the camera.
All right.
Don't be a
Oh god.
wuss.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm
let's
okay.
go. Chew it, you gotta
I
chew
may
it.
not be here for the end of the podcast.
You know, this
Chew
is,
it, chew it, chew it again.
All right.
we could have gone Hollywood on this and not actually had hot sauce. It's already that hot. Right off the bat is pure fire. No joke. Golly.
Oh no! Stop.
Don't mess around.
It's a good.
That is, he doesn't even have
So
words.
so good.
good. Ah.
It's
so-
that bad?
Oh, no, it's good.
Was it a lot?
He's already crying.
Maybe it's
His
a lot.
head started to sweat. Hey, if you can zoom in right now, you can.
Where's
see-
the milk?
Madison, you're up.
Hey,
It goes in a circle.
I have to sit here with this while you guys are so talking.
I thought we were tricking him and no one
All
else
right.
was gonna spin.
Here we go.
Moving. That's easy.
Good, good, good. There we go.
We got Howlin'. It tastes like banana and monkey.
All right, let's see here. I'm such a wuss, man.
Oh, he's such a wuss. I want him to get the bomb so bad.
You know, most Canadians think that carrots are spicy, so I don't know how he's gonna deal
All right.
with this.
Carrots give me heartburn.
Do they have a spicy molasses in Canada?
Here, show us the bottle.
He's
Yes.
been you've been in America a pretty long time though. You're fine. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Delicious. There we go. Shout out to Howlin' Hot.
I mean, it's got.
What brand of hot sauce is this?
Oh, I don't know.
Got any
Mexico
idea?
style. No.
There we
We
go.
had to. It was just randos that we had to pull off because our shipment is coming.
Oh,
All right.
Alright.
No.
Oh,
Holy shit.
circle.
Well,
Your turn.
I'm gonna trust you, Madison. Hey,
How you doing?
sister, listen. Help me
I'm
out
doing
here.
it for you.
Spin,
Okay.
spin for me, I'm
The
gonna
bomb.
trust you.
The bomb. The bomb.
He's so
Spin
dirty,
was that?
bad.
Oh yes!
You did that. I think you did that on purpose.
Go, Madison. You gotta eat the bomb.
How was this?
No, that was your spin. You spun. I was just kidding. I was gonna spin for
He says,
myself.
"Spin for me, you
Yeah.
do it."
Dedication. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Dang. All right,
Healthy
there we go.
amount.
Ooh.
Can I have my proxy take this one for the team? Come on, Stephen Knight.
Oh boy.
Dude, I'm sweating sitting here watching.
Oh man, I'm sweating. My armpit's already sweating. Oh, there's like little fibers in it. Is that the pepper?
Oh my god, you did a lot too.
That's good. I like
Voice
it.
America.
Get it
Yeah,
on.
chew it. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. Keep chewing.
That's got some heat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
See you
hot.
around.
Do you like hot things?
It's delicious and hot.
I like hot things, so actually I really want it.
Ooh, that burn just it builds. Oh, it's a building hot.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
See the hair that's building on my lower back right now.
Oh my god, that's hot. That's brutal. You're really strong. No wonder you were in the NFL.
I did push-ups before I came in. I'm like, I'm real strong.
Real strong.
You were-
The,
do your chipapa.
Oh, sorry.
the water does not help.
Okay.
Yeah, Madison, you're up.
Okay, do you want to do my sphinx? I did yours?
I
Or
really,
get the bob.
I want you to get the bomb. Oh look,
The bomb! You go. You gotta go. He spun it.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's not fair. Oh.
There you go.
All right. I'll do
This
it. I'll
is,
do it as well.
The only thing I can relate to this is that
It's unrelatable.
No, you know when they dropped the bomb in Japan, and there was like the shadows of the children on the sides of the building. That's all that was left.
You made that real dark, but go ahead.
That's what it is. This is what's all that's left of your tongue is a shadow on the wall of your mouth.
All
Well,
right.
we can't do it the same. Well, I guess we could do
Cheers.
it at the same time. Cheers.
Oh, here we go.
I have
Oh,
a
you're
Red Bull.
still eating? I'm done. I feel I just cured my herpesiphilates.
That's
Oh fuck.
Oh, that's hot.
That's just nothing.
I'm crying. My tears have fire in them now.
Yeah.
I don't know
Fine
how.
in your mouth. And then when you swallow it, that's when it hits.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what she said.
well,
Oh my
Okay,
god.
It's like eating a really spicy crawfish.
I now want to try the rest of them. Nothing can hurt me anymore.
Holy shit.
This is like after my first divorce.
Ooh,
I'm ready for my second.
wow.
Oh god.
Don't breathe out.
I'm a
that
wuss.
shit has gone to Matt's head for
Inhaling in.
sure.
Well,
Oh. Oh god. I was afraid of this.
so social
Lord. You want a
social.
Red Bull?
Hey, so I got a dad joke. What are
Uh-oh.
the sexiest animals in
Drink
the
water.
barnyard?
Dude.
What is the sexiest animal in
I
the
don't want you to
barnyard?
die on this.
The sexiest animals.
Animals.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Heard
Put
it.
the water in your
No,
mouth.
That's bad.
Just trying to like take up space at this point since
Okay,
nobody
well,
can
this,
actually function.
we have to add this to the golf games.
This is the worst thing
Hey.
I've ever seen.
This is going to be added to the golf games now, right?
I think we should.
One of the players from each team has to do the challenge. From now on, this
I
has
like
got to
it.
be part of the golf
It's
games.
getting worse.
Is
It's
that it?
getting way worse.
That's like
Yeah.
it's like pepper.
So the saguaro. This, by the way,
Pepper spray twice. You should be good with
I've
it.
been to Arizona. It's called saguaro habanero. This actually helps. This will take the heat off of the first one.
It's like
I
you
don't
know,
know
it's
why.
like I'm having reactions you shouldn't even like. You know when you go up in an airplane, your ears clog. Like just had that reaction from hot sauce. Like it shouldn't
It's
even
so bad.
shouldn't even do that.
I'm gonna go with desert sandance sauce,
Holy
garlic
shit.
habanero.
Yeah.
Well, I believe that the golf games are America's
How are you
game.
talking?
Thank you. That's what I was like. I wanted to say things earlier. I think he just is like, his brain is just like, it's a reaction.
No.
Those are tears, ladies and gentlemen, real tears.
Oh, we're hot sauce everything.
Holy
We are closer.
Is there any more? Paper doll?
It's gonna come up
There.
again.
You can have.
Golf games.
I don't know what to do with
This
it.
is the devil's sauce, man. Oh,
Yeah.
How do people get a hold of the golf games to join in?
don't get a hold of Mark right now,
Let's
but.
go. Yeah.
Did you guys?
OklaGolfGames.com. We still have Oklahoma City, September 16th. We have Denver, Colorado, June 3rd. I'm going backwards. Calgary, June 23rd.
Oh, Calgary.
And Gillette, Wyoming, June 21st.
Oh, one more. Oklahoma City.
I started.
Mm.
And Oklahoma City, September 16th.
Have you ever eaten hot sauce so hot that it takes your hearing away?
No,
That's
this is the
a
hottest I want to go.
You know, when you're I picture you, you're a beautiful big man now, but I picture you as a
Thank you.
beautiful big boy. Your first mixtape to some girl is what, like, that mixtape must have been spectacular where it wanted to keep you going and DJing. It was like the girl on your block, she took the mixtape from you, she was like, oh my God, he loves me. And he spent hours in front of it. You're too young to remember, but we had to sit in front of a tape deck and wait on the radio to play our favorite songs. You know, hit record.
We're joking, right? Please, like, stop.
It's too much.
It's good.
My stomach is so bad right now. It's like this burn right here. Like,
Mark, do you know how much stuff we have to get done today?
Okay.
This is gonna be
Bad idea.
terrible.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish up.
The good thing is, we get to edit it.
Should we finish up?
you were finished like 5 minutes ago,
Listen, this is the best podcast I've been on today.
Today.
for sure.
I thank you for feeding me. I like
You
spicy.
are so welcome.
You two are kind of spicy. You guys really bring a lot of.
I had to look at the chip like, oh, it's our sauce.
Yeah.
You bring a lot of flavor to our industry, and I appreciate that about
Thank
both of you.
I plan on bringing a whole lot of neon signs to the industry as
That's
well.
that's what I likes about you.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
He likes
my-
you a lot.
That's my Canadian. That's Big Dan from Letterkenny, right? You guys,
Well, thank you all
Does
for
anybody-
coming on too.
yeah, absolutely. So golfgames.com
Oilfieldgolfgames.com
and Social Octane.
and Social Octane website.
Yeah, but like, don't forget, like,
Yeah, whatever.
literally go to Social Octane and then follow all the events. Because like, for instance, tomorrow is a Rockies home opener. Nothing to do with golf.
I'm
But it's
so
still an
excited to
industry.
be at the Rockies home opener. This is my first one. Steven and I, Nightfire, are gonna come by and say hello to everybody. I'll probably do a couple interviews while I'm there. I'm gonna definitely get out my my stuff and interview people that sponsored for you. Give them a little bit more bang for their.
Don't worry, I can go through that hot one show.
God, he's still concentrating on the hot.
It hurts.
Concentrate on the task at hand. We have Social Octane to push out to the
Sorry,
world.
Social Octane.
Your partners in this want you to proceed with the plan.
I'm sure they're happy to be in pain.
All good things.
All right, let's
thank you.
wrap
We
up.
definitely appreciate. I can't even talk.
Well,
We're
I
good.
can. I'm a
You're good.
I'm
You're
a
good at
professional
this.
podcaster. I do
Anything
this
you
all
guys
the
want to
time.
say? Get it out.
No, no. The only thing I want to say is thank you both for always inspiring me to do more, and I appreciate that. It's it's sometimes you wake up in the morning like, man, what am I going to do now? We're promoting Nightfire everywhere we go, and it's neat to see all the ideas people have about, again, everybody together combined in our industry. Collectively, we are a family doing whatever we can to bring energy literacy to the world. It's more important now than ever before. Our world might be in a little bit of turmoil right now, but with innovation and the people that we have in our family, I think we always make a better place.
Okay.
All
I
right.
Guys,
agree. Thank you,
Thank
Matt.
you very much, Matt.
Good
I'm sorry.
friends
I'm sorry,
to
people.
Both of us.
This
Yeah.
is insane.